Hi, welcome to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. This is the podcast for people who want to start and grow an online location-independent business so they can live a life of freedom and choice on their own terms. Welcome to episode 49, How to Make Decisions. Have you ever thought about exactly how you make decisions? You probably know if you're a quick decision maker or if you like to take a little longer. But have you ever thought about the how of what it is that is going on in your head when you make decisions? I hadn't either, but when I heard someone question this, it got me thinking, and it turned out I had some decision-making habits that were not helping me. And maybe you do too. We know our decisions are important because they directly affect our results. In fact, they're the closest thing to our results. We also know procrastinating and gathering information to avoid making decisions holds us back. I call this the perpetual cycle of preparation, and it's very easy to get stuck there. But what is going on in our heads when we make business decisions? So let's start with how we can make business decisions. We can make decisions based on any of our senses or processing of information that comes in through our senses. That means we can make decisions on what we feel, physically or emotionally, what we see, what we hear, what we taste, and what we smell. We can make decisions on things that we're experiencing directly. For example, this ham smells bad. I think I'll throw it away and put something else in my sandwich today. Or, this webinar presenter sounds scammy, I think I'll skip this. Or we can make decisions using our senses for memory. So, for example, if I was considering hiring someone, I'm going to bring up the memories of what that person said or how he or she responded to questions when I interviewed them because I'm going to be thinking about it afterwards. We all have a leaning towards one of our senses. 65% of us are visual thinkers, 30% are auditory, and 5% are kinesthetic. Pretty much no one is making major life decisions based on smell, perhaps out of sight of our dogs, or taste, as you can probably imagine. Personally, I'm predominantly auditory. I have to talk things out either in my own head or with someone else to make a decision. Which one are you? What's likely happening for you is that you are using your predominant sense to make decisions. Sometimes this is helpful, and sometimes it isn't. Over the last couple of years, I've been trying to tap into my feelings more when making decisions. I did this because, according to the professionals, my feelings were a little shut down in some areas of my life, and it would do me good to tap into them more. So I've actively been trying to do this a lot. And I do think there's a lot more to tapping into your feelings than appears on the surface. Your feelings, I think, take into account all of the things that your conscious brain is missing. They're taking in a lot more information than we might realize, which is why in a lot of cases our gut feeling is completely spot on. But there can be times when you can use the wrong sense for the job. You can't know if your video works just by hearing it, right? You can't decide if you like music by looking at it. And often you can't make financial decisions based on just how you feel about them. I know, controversial, right? So this is because your feelings are also tapping into all the other stuff you have going on and what you're making it all mean. To give you an example, my Facebook ads, along with everyone else's Facebook ads, have been getting increasingly more expensive. I started to feel like I needed to stop running them. Felt like they were getting too expensive, to the point where I was avoiding running the numbers because I didn't want to know what the numbers were going to tell me. Finally, I bit the bullet. I ran the numbers, discovered the ROI was positive, but I had felt like it wasn't going well because they weren't as good as before, because I wanted them to be different, etc., etc. But actually, the numbers were good. And I was using essentially the wrong tool for the job. I was trying to make a financial decision based purely on my feelings, which is a bit like trying to eat spaghetti with a knife. It's not a good way of getting the job done. And this is why you can't make emotional decisions using a bullet point list. You have to tap into your emotions, your feelings about the big emotional decisions in your life. So My partner may have not fitted any list that I had made, but my feelings told me he was the right one. So this is about using the right sense for the job and being aware of which one you're using, because it actually does make a difference. What about the fact that we make decisions based on emotion and justify them with facts? It has been scientifically proven that when it comes to sales decisions, we make decisions based on our feelings and use the facts to justify them. If we look back to my Facebook ad example, I nearly made the decision though without getting the facts. And my question to you would be, how are you making the big decisions in your life? Are you using the right tools for the job? It's worth thinking about. Now, before I wrap this up, I want to touch on one particular case where everyone reads too much into their feelings. This happens when you choose a niche or a business idea and start developing it, and suddenly you start to experience apprehension, fear, and wondering if you made the right choice. The reason this happens is because you're in unfamiliar territory, so your brain is trying to protect you and keep you safe. It's really important here to know that any discomfort, fear, etc. that you experience does not mean you shouldn't be doing it, or you chose the wrong niche, or it's not your passion, or anything else that you might be making it mean. You are instead experiencing the natural feelings that happen when you step up and make positive changes. The feelings that can mean something negative in this case actually mean something positive. So the message here about how to make decisions is be aware of how you're doing it naturally. Be aware of your visual, auditory, kinesthetic, and assess if you're using the right tool for the job. And that is the best way to approach any decision. Thanks for listening to Your Business, Your Rules. I'm Kat LeBlanc. If you like this show, I'd love you to subscribe, share, and leave a review on iTunes. And if you'd like to continue the conversation, head over to my website at katleblanc.com. Until next time.